Hello and welcome to Maker's Vlog, and today I'm doing an upgrade to the solar car. So a few weeks ago you might have seen I put a solar panel in my car to power a battery and run radios and the like off it, and the solar panel that I was using is a wee small sort of trickle charger, which I have since worked out has about 1.5 wattage of power. So not great, it's not charging it at all. So I've got a new one, but before I bought that I had to do a bit of maths to work out what sort of wattage I needed, and got my notes here. I thought I'd share that. So there'll be another video either before or after this one. You may have already seen it where I'm actually putting the solar panel in. This one, sadly, it's just maths. I know, it's shit, but you might learn something. So the battery I have in the car is an old car battery, which is 44 amp hours at 12 volts. Okay, so what I needed to do to work out what wattage I needed, I need to work out what the watt hours would be from that, and it's dead simple. All you do is multiply those two together, and I've done this already to save you watching me painfully do it, and I know that that is 528 watt hours. Excuse my writing. Now that's all well and good. That is essentially just based off it's not quite Ohm's law, the power triangle, if you've seen it, which is looks very similar to Ohm's law. That's P, that is V, and that is I, and that's how you work out power wattage. Voltage divided by voltage multiplied by current equals power. That's, if you've ever seen Ohm's law, you'll have seen a triangle like that before. Now what we need to do is work out how long it's going to be charging for from the solar panel. So for that you need to work out roughly how many hours of good daylight do you have. I've been working off the assumption of about 6 hours. Now that is not close. I live in the UK, it's very cloudy all the time. I think it would be very rare for it to get a full day of constant sunshine. So there'll be, it gives you a ballpark, it's by no means exact. So I've been working on the premise that it's 6 hours. So what you do is you take your watt hourage and divide that by the amount of sunlight essentially you have. So in this case, divide it by 6. And that is 88 watts. That's charging per day. Now, I'm not going to be using this daily. Probably weekly would be closer to the mark. So if I then essentially times that by 5, so I'll go for a working week that I use it on the weekends. So Monday through Friday it gets charged. That 6 then becomes 30. And same again. Oh, that's an 8. That then gives me 17.6 watts. And if I was wanting to charge that within 5 days, I would need 17.6 watts. That worked out quite well because I got a 20 watt solar panel. Like I said, it's not going to get full sun for those full 6 hours a day. It's highly unlikely. So having that higher wattage isn't a bad thing. And there's also other losses like in the cabling, resistances and stuff like that of all the components. So it's, even 20 watts is probably not great. 25 would probably be closer to the mark. I tell a lie, it's a 25 watt panel I have. Sorry, I just remembered. Side tangent. Amazon had a 20 watt one and a 25 watt one, and they were both the same price. I went for the 25 watt one. Sorry, I was planning to go for the 20 watt one. There you go. or I won't even edit that out. You can have that. It's my derp moment. So yeah, so that's how you work out the wattage. Now that's with the 44 amp hour battery and the car battery. Now that car battery I'd said to you before is bollocksed. If you've seen the previous video, it doesn't work quite right. It's not holding its full capacity, which is good. Oh, also another note, this is charging the battery from completely dead, which it's not going to get to because the solar controller stops the load once it starts dropping to, I think it's about 30% or so. I can't remember, I'll need to double check that. So again, that gives you a bit more leeway in terms of, okay, it's not getting the full sunlight, but it isn't fully depleted, so it should still charge it to a reasonable standard. But yes, as I said, that's only holding about half its capacity, give or take. Now, I haven't tried to fix it fully. You can try and overcharge them, overvolt them, and that can sometimes help get it a bit more capacity back into it. But I was looking at potentially replacing that with a sealed lead acid battery. Now, technically that lead acid battery is sealed, but I wouldn't want to trust it. I think most car batteries aren't, from what I've seen, but according to the documentation on it, it is sealed, but it doesn't look sealed to me. So I'm not going to risk it. But I was thinking about replacing it with a smaller sealed lead acid battery, like I don't know, say a 10 amp hour one. And I was trying to work out what amperage or what amp hours I would need. Now I'm going to do that in a bit, and you'll actually see that in the video where I put the solar panel in. I'm going to do all that and check it. But I discovered something interesting while I was looking into this, and it's whenever you have a battery, you should not discharge it at a higher current rate than its amp hourage divided by 10. So for sake of argument, we'll go with the 10 amp hour, keep them as simple. 10 amp hour battery. And I didn't know this. I didn't know. I've probably killed batteries in the past by doing this. So it should be discharged at a maximum of 1 amp. To get the best capacity out of it. So I should not be drawing more than 1 amp from that battery to keep it at its peak efficiency. Now you still can, you can go above this and it's fine, you just don't get as much capacity out of the battery. It drains a hell of a lot quicker. Now, as you know, I'm using radios in the back of these, and if I'm transmitting the radio at 25 watts, so we'll just write that there. So if I'm transmitting the radio at 25 watts, I would be drawing, not including the power to actually keep the radio turned on, just the power for the transmission, that's going to be drawn 2.1 amps. So from that alone, probably not the best idea to go for a 10 amp hour battery, because okay, it's 2 amps and the actual idle power usage of the battery may be a lot slimmer than that, so I'll need to check that. But just based off that, that's not going to be efficient. It'd still work, but it's not going to be efficient. I would be better going for a 20 amp hour battery if I was transmitting at 25 watts. However, my license doesn't allow me to transmit at 25 watts. Or well, my soon-to-be license. I can only transmit at 10 watts. So that then starts becoming a non-issue, because at 10 watts, it's only drawing, sorry, wrong, not 1 amp. It's drawing 0.8 amps. So again, that would then be fine. However, as soon as I get my next license up and I want to transmit 25 watts, it then becomes inefficient, but it would still work. So I don't know about the replacement of the battery just yet, but I think it is definitely something that I'll potentially consider in the future. But I want to see how well this new solar panel is able to keep this other battery alive. So I'll see you in the next one where I actually fit the solar panel.